Good morning to all of you. Welcome you all to this two-day workshop on quantum science and technology as a part of celebration of International Year of Quantum Sciences. So I wanted to quote a famous quotation from famous physicist Richard Feynman. I think I can safely say that nobody understands quantum mechanics. I hope this is still valid even today from his talks. And before we begin with the formal inauguration of this QST 2025 program, Honorable Vice Chancellor Professor P. Prakash Babu, Honorable Dean Professor Shibnath Dev, and the convener of this program, Professor Alok Sharan, and my dear colleagues and faculties from other departments and research scholars and MSc students, I once again welcome you all to this Quantum Science and Technology workshop. I request all the dignitaries, Professor Honorable Vice Chancellor and Dean School of Physical and Chemical Science, and Professor Alok Sharan and Professor Shiv Kumar, kindly take the stage. So to start the program, I request our HOD, Professor Alok Sharan, to brief the significance of this workshop and also to talk about the significance of this International Year of Quantum Science and Technology.
Warm good morning to everyone, both online and offline. It's my pleasure to welcome Professor P. Prakash Babu, our Honorable Vice Chancellor, Professor Shibnath Dev, Dean of School Physical, Chemical and Applied Sciences, Professor S. Shiv Kumar, Dean Research from Kriya University, Professor R. Shankar Narayan from NIT Trichy, my dear colleagues, and all online and offline participants who have made it to this two-day workshop at extremely short notice. I welcome you all for this 2 day of an intense exercise to exposure for this kind of a quantum science and technology. So the whole genesis of this program was initiated because of the declaration by the United Nations that 2025 will be the year of international quantum science and technology. So we in our department, we thought that we'll bring this subject and take it to the masses and try to bridge the gap between the basic concepts as well as the applications of it, both at the learners as well as the teaching skills. So the program was conceptualized based on our requirement as teachers, also to fill in the knowledge of the students who want to work in this area but they don't get to interact. So we kept the participation to a very limited number of audience, so whichever can be accommodated in this hall. And since we had got a very overwhelming response, the response in this short time was like spread over all over India, 260 plus. So we decided to go hybrid mode. So fortunately we took a survey of people who can make it. So instead of screening them out ourselves, we gave a choice so that we have a better way of voluntarily people telling that okay, we cannot come but we still would like to be interested. For that this hybrid mode was created, and so it is live session, so 260 plus actually participants both online and offline. I welcome you all for this workshop, and I would say that just to add, I'm being a nostalgic because in 2010 we started a similar exercise called as a workshop on quantum entanglement in this very hall, where all the resource persons who were working in that quantum information were present. For it was a 3-day workshop with a lot of tutorials. The format of the program remains the same what it was in 2010. And that led to the birth of the first ever course in the university system was on quantum entanglement. So we at Pondicherry University Physics Department take pride in initiating several steps which has a lot of ramifications. And government has announced a big push for this quantum science and technology mission, and I happen to represent as one of the person to formulate the DPR, which eventually led to like 6,000 crores of rupees was initiated or granted for this mission. So now this training of workshop is to fill in the gap to address the resource manpower crunch, because either we have researchers at very high end or people who are not exposed here. So this workshop aims to bridge that gap, expose people, and so that society at large will benefit in this learning process. So I welcome all the participants, and then now I won't take much time because I know that people are interested in doing the workshop, and so I'll welcome. Thank you, Professor Ramesh Babu. So
Thank you, Professor Alok Sharan, HOD and then convener of this workshop, for enlightening us and then talking about the significance of this workshop. So now I would like to request our Dean, School of Physical and Chemical Applied Sciences, Professor Shivnath Dev, to briefly talk about our school, and then talk about the significance of this work in the school. And I would like to tell you that Professor Shivnath Dev has served as a director at Rajiv Gandhi National Institute of Youth Development from January 2020 to 2023, which is an institute of national importance. And he's also an adjunct professor at Queensland University of Technology, Australia, and also he's member of Board of Director, Institute for School-Based Counseling, California, USA. There's a lot of CVs there. I formally invite Professor Shivnath Dev to give a brief.
Good morning, everyone. Honorable Vice Chancellor of Pondicherry University, Senior Professor P. Prakash Babuji, Professor Alok Sharan, Head of the Department of Physics, esteemed resource persons sitting on the dais, Professor P. Shivakumar, other resource persons, dignitaries of the dais, esteemed faculty members, students, scholars, and distinguished participants, and more importantly, the people who joined the program online to gain knowledge from this important program. I'm very happy to witness that in a short notice of 1 month, this department dared to think of another important training program. I would say it's a training program on quantum science and technology, as 2025 is declared as International Year of Quantum Science and Technology by the United Nations. It's a wonderful initiative taken by the department that will enlighten the research community, academic community, to upgrade their knowledge, develop a better understanding, attending all the sessions. I'm confident that all the sessions will be very informative, thought-provoking, insightful, as well as it will give them an idea about the subject, and that will in turn make them more confident on the subject while teaching. Nowadays, there is a need for developing a special skill. I did my PhD or master's in a particular subject. It's good, but nowadays it is expected that one will have a special training and orientation in a particular subject so that they can teach the subject more confidently. I congratulate the department for this second initiative in a short notice after I took over charge of deanship of such a prestigious department of our university. As you know, the School of Physical, Chemical and Applied Sciences is one of the most potential school in Pondicherry University in terms of its productivity, research, publication in high impact factor journals. I feel very proud and honored to be a dean of the same school, and I will make every effort so that we can all work together, make a difference in terms of good outcome. Because at the end of the day, we are in teaching and research. We would like to see how I can bring out a good publication based on my research experience to add knowledge to the existing knowledge, and that will give a distinctive identity to our department as well as school in general. I would like to share one important experience. Last week I was in Leeds, UK for attending a program on which I did not have any expertise. The title of the program was Space Exploration for Whom? They identified as a resource person. Every year they identify 4 resource persons for different parts of the world, invite them on a particular topic from different dimension. It talks about multidisciplinary approach to a particular issue to explore different dimensions so that one have a better understanding to address all the issues. So in the same program, the space scientists from France was one of the resource person. Professor Romeo from Brazil, he talked about from biological perspective. Another resource person talked about the space politics. She's from UK University and I was from India. And they, on the day of my journey, in the morning I got a call that you talk about your issue from the perspective of developing countries or poorest countries. I was wondering, initially they said, we will give you a topic on the, in the program on the spot, you have to speak on the same topic for half an hour. The moment I got this information, I sat in the computer and developed a PPT and shared the same thing with them. I discussed the topic about, is space research more important than child protection? I talked on the same topic, giving an understanding that it is very important to nurture our children, groom them with quality education. Then only we are going to generate a good human resource who can take forward science for better development. The objective of science cultivation is to improve the quality of life, and we are all engaged in improving the quality of life through teaching, through research, through publication, through dissemination. I strongly believe this program will be highly beneficial for all the participants who are attending the program online and offline. Once again, I wish a grand success of the program, and I would expect the department will take many more such initiatives to generate interest among younger generation about science, and that is need of the hour. With this, once again, I thank the organizers for giving me the opportunity to be here with all resource persons. Thank you, everyone. Jai Hind.
Thank you very much, sir. And now I would like to invite our Honorable Vice Chancellor, Professor P. Prakash Babu, and who was a senior professor at, before he comes here, at the Department of Biotechnology and Bioinformatics, School of Life Sciences, University of Hyderabad. I'll just tell you very briefly that he has done his bachelor's from Nagarjuna University, master's from Andhra University in zoology, PhD from School of Life Sciences, University of Hyderabad, and later he has become a faculty and produced many doctoral students, more than 25 students, many research papers, more than 100, and several national and international conferences. And his expertise is neurosciences and neurodegenerative diseases, and I think which falls into the quantum mechanics and to our belief. And as an alumni of University of Hyderabad, several people who are sitting here, we formally welcome you. We would have seen you as a student of master's, PhD, and postdocs, and we take this opportunity with a great pleasure, kindly formally inaugurate and talk about this.
So very good morning, all of you. So thank you for your kind introduction. So the guests on the dais, Professor Shivnath Dev, Dean, Professor Alok Sharma, Head of the Department, and all other dignitaries, and Professor Shiv Kumar from Kriya University, Dr. Shankar Narayana, NIT Trichy, Dr. Gururaj Kadri from Kalpakam, so Dr. Bashiruddin Muhammad, Ahmad, Madurai Kamaraj University, Dr. Ramesh, Professor Ramesh Babu, other faculty members here, all invitees, participants, students, and participants from the online also. So hope this is telecasted in online? No?
Yeah, it is through the Google Meet.
Right. So let me take this opportunity to welcome you all for this quantum science and technology workshop, for 2 days workshop, in view of the International Year of Quantum Science and Technology. I'm not going to talk about anything of quantum science because I'm a very layman. As I was introduced as I'm a true biologist, I did pure zoology, then shifted to neuroscience. I think one of the meetings I indicated I was totally afraid of mathematics. That's why I landed in biology. So this is basically, we have to attribute, though I'm not blaming anybody, attribute to the teachers. Because the basic mean of the teachers, that what they should do is to create an interest in the mind of a student on the subject, and we should see that they should not fear of the subject. That's first thing. First thing is people when they join in the first lecture itself. So normally when we offer some of the optional courses, first class students will come and half of them they disappear in the second class. So they take other courses. So it all depends upon the, everybody will have the subject, but the way you put it is different. So samosa is sold on the street, same thing is sold at the Star Hotel, but that they make it as a beautiful form of it, right? So even in the teaching also, we should provide to the students in a palatable form so that they will imbibe and they create an interest. So with this, actually I congratulate the department for organizing this wonderful program. So when we are discussing with the people, Professor Shivakumar was just talking about the inspiring the students because under lack of knowledge. That's absolutely true. Unless the students know and understand the importance of the subject and how this subject is actually applied, so they will not be able to learn things. So our dean said that human resources development is not generating the population. It's not in the terms of the population that we are having. China is largest, then India is the next one. Now India is beaten the China. So that is not the human resource. Human resource is when we have the skilled persons were developed. So that is actually human resources. So the persons, they should have the equipped with these skills. So basic degrees are acquired everybody. So whatever I have acquired as a basic degree in MSc Zoology, now it's no longer existing now. No longer it is applied now. So I have completely shifted to the biotechnology area. So people should develop the skills after basic degree. You should have the skills so that the skills can really helpful not only to the society but yourself itself. So you'll have you can say employable skills that you can develop it. I will give one example. Recently there was an article in the Science. You know, hope many of you know the epilepsy. Since I am a neuroscientist, let me take one example of the neuro diseases. Epilepsy, it indicated, normally when somebody has a brain diseases like tumors or stroke or whatever the disease, when they go to the neurologist, immediately they say that to go for CT scan and they treat the patient. Once that is still it's not curable, then they say that, okay, we might have missed some of the areas, go for MRI. So that gives a clear picture of the disease. Now, the recent article indicated that whatever this, actually these are being done by the radiologist. Radiologists start with the X-ray. If it is not clear, they go for the CT scan, then they go for the MRI. So now this recent article indicated that whatever the radiologists they missed, the AI technology, they provided the hidden infracts of the brain where the people are suffering from epilepsy. So that is the wonders of the technology. So unless you are having the knowledge or specific technology to apply in a different fields, so whatever the subject that you learn is really not useful. So that is the important thing. So there are two things here, as I was discussing with your head a few minutes before. They keep on organizing the Science Day. Every year they said, every year they are doing it. It's a wonderful program. Science Day is basically to lure the students into the basic sciences. Now the basic sciences are actually not being preferred. So when the boy was born, parents think that he should be an engineer. When girl born, she should be a doctor. So finally what happens? All girls are landing up in the biology. So we are trying to get the boys for PhD. We are actually fighting literally because all girls are there in the lab and at least we need one boy. So finally they are landing it. So Now, yesterday I was in mathematics and statistics department. They said that the intake in the graduation level is single digit. And many times there are faculty more than the students. So if this is the scenario for the basic researchers, so it is our responsibility to see that the basic research, basic science is being increased. Now actually the reason why the ISRs were created, it's only to promote the basic sciences, basic science. So now it is also our responsibility to see that in this region, students opt for the physics, chemistry and mathematics and also biology courses. Unless they start joining the programs, after few years, we may have to close down some of the departments. So this is the scenario. So this is our collective responsibility. We should see that the science day is basically to invite them to the various labs, departments, to show them these are the scientific advances that we are having. There is a lot to learn from the basic sciences, and there are employable courses also we have. And they let them not think by doing merely physics they have to go to only physics. No, it's a cutting across the subjects. Unless if you have a knowledge, if you have a salable knowledge, yes, you can stand in the line for the any jobs. So this is what actually we have to create a special skills for the students, And in this context, the other one that the department has been initiated is the workshop of this quantum computing. And I feel that apart from this, we should also see that the college lecturers of this region, all our affiliated colleges should be trained, apart from the students that they are. So, because unless you train, these are called as master trainees. If you train them, let them go to their colleges and they will propagate. So, I think we can use our HRDC, or it's called MMTTC, so we can offer one program through HRDC, MMTTC for a 1 week program, invite all the lecturers of the physics and also the chemistry, those who are involved in this, and let us train them. So that, see, these are some of the measures. See, what are the measures that we are taking? So now government is announcing Viksit Bharat 2047. Why not Viksit Bharat 2030? Why not 2025? Because it takes time. When you start something, it takes at least another 25 years to come to that stage. So now I'm propagating to this to every school, every department. Now let us start, so that after the period of 10 years at least, so our results will be there. So with this, so I once again congratulate the department and also all the faculty and the participants for taking up this course, and I wish that such courses should be continuously done in this department. I especially thank the speakers of today, those who have come from all the way to teach and to train the students. So I wish the department should keep involving and inviting the subject experts from various universities and schools to invite them here to interact with the students. So the students, whenever there is a conference, it's not that our faculty members are doing it just they will teach and go. No, so it's a chance for you to interact with them. So you cannot go and meet Professor Shivkumar later. So he is here physically 2 days, he is available. Interact with him. Whatever the doubts that you have, personally during tea time or lunch time or in the evening, whenever you find time, interact with them. So this is the basic thing that every science student should learn and do the things. So interact with them. So the faculty members or the dean or head or all the faculty members, they are taking a lot of time, energy and spending the resources, inviting the speakers. And the speakers also, despite their busy schedule, they are coming here. Make use of this opportunity and interact with them. So thank you, and I wish you all best of luck.
Thank you, sir, for emphasizing the timing and as well on the teaching and then research aspects. Thank you once again for enlightening us. And now I would like to invite Professor S. Shivkumar, who is the Dean Research at Kriya University, Sri City, Andhra Pradesh, and who has done PhD from IIT Madras, and he was a scientist at IG Kalpakam, and also he was holding faculty positions at Chennai Mathematical Institute and Homi Bhabha National Institute, and he is the prime speaker, first speaker of this workshop, who will be talking about pure states and then mixed states. And I would like to invite you to say a few words and then say that Feynman's statement is still valid or not.
Good morning, Honorable Vice Chancellor, Professor Shubnath Dev, Professor Alok Sharan, colleagues, students and online participants. It's really wonderful that the university has taken this initiative of organizing a 2-day workshop on quantum science and technology. It is absolutely timely for a variety of reasons. If you look back 50 years, let us say, 1970s, when computers were being used on large scale, though it was used in World War time, on a larger scale it happened sometime during 1970s, people thought that, okay, we have got the fastest ways of doing computation, so all problems could be solved, okay? But nature always throws challenges at you. Even with all the supercomputers, I cannot predict weather over a period of 2 days, okay? That is the complexity involved. And somewhere along 1970s, idea came up to Peter Shore. It was actually a conference paper where he said the so-called factorization problem, okay, which what protects when banks send out, like your, what do you call that, OTP, somebody should not access that. Therefore, depends on how difficult it is to figure out what exactly the numbers were, okay. So Peter Shore actually argued, if you actually employ quantum mechanics, you can actually break this code in a jiffy, okay. So what started out as a theoretical argument to say that there is a totally different way of performing computation or quantum information processing caught the idea of scientists who were working at IBM and other great places. The seed for this itself, of course I will refer to Feynman now, though I don't agree with his previous statement that we don't understand quantum mechanics. That holds true for classical mechanics as well. We don't understand classical mechanics too, okay. Feynman was the one who actually asked about how small a gadget can be, because I know like how gears work, I know how big objects work. If I keep on making it smaller and smaller, how small a wheel can be? If it becomes too very small, let us say made of just a few hundred atoms, will it still behave like a wheel, or would there be quantum features that would become manifest? Once the quantum features become manifest, of course, all that you learn from Newtonian mechanics will go off. Okay. So, in fact, his paper that he wrote was titled, "There is Plenty of Room at the Bottom." Okay. So, by that he means if you actually look at quantum features, you can do wonders, and that's what has been happening now. Now we have a very new paradigm shift in the way we can do computation. And many corporate giants in information technology are highly invested in creating these quantum computers. Okay? And what it can do for us, it can actually do almost every computation that we think should be done at a faster pace. In principle, could be done on these computers provided smart algorithms are written. Okay? And what are these problems? It could be weather prediction. It could be designing a new cancer drug. It could be blockchain. You know that Google and other companies are actually thinking of dumping their operating systems in this ocean because the amount of heat they dissipate is so high, the cooling becomes almost you require a power plant to cool that. Okay? Whereas quantum computers are supposed to be efficient, energy efficient, and in a way, if you want to paraphrase this, quantum computers have something known as infinite parallelism. It is something like running infinite number of computers in parallel to perform a computation, but you don't have infinite number of computers. It is just one computer, but it has this built-in characteristic feature which mimics an infinite number of classical computers running parallelly. Okay? And why should this conference or this workshop be of any relevance here? As I told you, like any other country and any other big corporate houses, India is also jumping into this field. And it needs manpower. Okay, and I would also like to, at this juncture, quote David Mermin, who is one of the authors of the famous Ashcraft and Mermin. Mermin said, whether quantum technology becomes a reality or not, this should be studied because it has clarified the fundamentals. So if you now ask me, the best way to teach quantum mechanics is not through the conventional approach of wave function ... Start with qubits, and quantum mechanics becomes absolutely clear, and we understand quantum mechanics. Okay? And with these few words, I close this remark, and I once again thank the organizers for the opportunity. Wish you an excellent experience here.
Thank you, Professor Shivkumar, for saying that we understand quantum mechanics. Yes. Now, he also emphasized that we have to understand this, I think, to predict the weather and to predict so many calculations like in neuroscience everywhere. And as well that if you want to steal my password in my credit card, you have to learn how these qubits work and then how computations can be done using these qubits. So thank you all. And I would like to take this opportunity to thank our university who has supported this in very short time. And then I thank all the media people